In this module, we are going to walk through the process of reviewing, accepting, and rejecting member time logs. We will be working in the staff portal of MySCA. A member in the field will complete a time log and submit it for approval. If you are the person responsible for approving time logs for this member, you will receive an email saying that the member has submitted an activity for your review and approval. On your home page in MySCA, you will be able to scroll down to the Items to Approve section and see a list of time logs waiting for your approval. Since we don't have actual time logs submitted to this system yet, we are going to have you create a new time log for a test member and then go through the process of accepting or rejecting that time log. We will be using a sample member, Bryson Moore, to do this. In the search box at the top of your page, type in the name Bryson Moore. Click on the search button to the right of the box. This shows us that there are two members named Bryson Moore. We are going to click on the bottom Bryson. This takes us to Bryson's contact page. By clicking on the time log button in this top menu, you can go down on the contact page to the time log section. As you can see, Bryson currently has no time logs to display. In the middle of this row, click on the New Time Log button to create a new time log. On this page, you are being asked to select the type of time log record that you would like to create. You can choose between an activity log or an output log. An activity log records the number of service hours that a member has completed. An output log records how much the member has done in the field. For example, the number of feet of trail built or the number of lessons taught. Today we are going to create an activity log, so click on Activity and then click the Continue button. This brings us to a new time log and allows us to edit this log. In the information section, we're going to complete the start and end dates, the position supervisor name, email, and submit for approval. By clicking on the field next to week start date, you can see a calendar and choose the start date for the week. And you can do the same for the end date, and we'll go October 31st to November 4th. Boxes with the red bar are required fields. Go ahead and fill in your name as the supervisor for this. You put your name in as the position supervisor, and you could put your real or fake address as the position supervisor email. Then you'll need to click the Submit for Approval box. On the right-hand side, we're going to leave the status as it is, as well as the owner and the member. For position, to choose the position, you can click on the magnifier button to the right of the box. This shows us a list of recently viewed positions to choose from. On the left-hand side is the position number. We are going to choose position 000000959. Click on the position number. This puts the position number in the box for us. We're going to leave the awards field blank. By scrolling down, You can see that you have the option to put in a weekly summary, and then for each day of the week, the number of service hours completed, the number of training hours, and any notes about that day. So we'll go ahead and put hours in for this week. Once you have entered hours and any notes that you would like to enter, click the Save button at the bottom of the page. This brings us to the time log that we have just created. You can see the total number of hours for the week as well as the hours for each day that we put in. By scrolling to the bottom of this page, you will see a section titled Approval History. In the center, there is a button to submit this time log for approval. Please hit the Submit for Approval button. You should receive a pop-up window that says once you submit this record for approval, you may not be able to edit or recall it from the approval process, depending on your settings. Click OK. The Choose Approver page is asking you to choose the person who will approve this time log. I'm going to put in my own name here. If you would need to choose an approver, you can click the magnifier button and by clicking leaving the search field blank and clicking Go, you can see a list of all SCA staff to choose from as approvers. I'm going to close this box by clicking the X and leave my name in there as the next approver. And go down to the bottom, click the button that says Send to Next Approver. This is showing you the time log that you have created. If we scroll down to the bottom to the Approval History section, you'll now see that this time log was submitted for approval. You'll see that there's a time 1:33 and a date stamp 11:29. This log was submitted for approval. You can also see that the current status of the log is pending, waiting for approval. It is possible right now for us to approve or reject this log from where we are. However, in most cases, you will not be creating the log before approving it, and you will not be going in through this pathway that we just followed. So we're going to go back to the beginning to show how you would get into this log from a member contact name. I scroll to the top. I'm going to go to the search box at the top, put my cursor in there, and type in the name of our member again, Bryson Moore. I'm going to click Search. This shows us again that there are two Bryson Moores. I'm going to choose the bottom one again. We are now at Bryson's contact page again. You can scroll down to the bottom of the page to see the time logs, or you can click on the time log link here. I'm going to click on time logs. This takes us to the time log section, and you can see the time log that we have just created. By clicking on the time log number, we can open this time log. So I'm going to click on this number. And this brings us to the time log that we just created. We're going to scroll down to the bottom to the Approval History section. You'll see that this is still pending. Over on the left hand side you can see that we have several options. We can reassign this time log, and we would do that if for some reason I wasn't the person who was supposed to approve this log, or I wanted somebody else to approve or reject it. I could click reassign and then pass it on to another person to approve or reject. Today, however, we're going to click approve reject. And here we have a space to make any comments. And then we are going today to click approve, although we do have the option to click reject. I'm going to click the approve button. And we're back in the time log. We can scroll down to the bottom again and see that in our approval history, this time log that we created now shows up as approved under the status. We can also see that there's a time log for a timestamp for when we approved it. So the approval request was submitted at 1:33. We approved it at 1:39. And we have successfully approved this time log.